Hello guys, this is just a quick little waffle in response to various comments you made about my last video. I asked, did you have any suggestions regarding topics and so forth, and generally you tend to like homemade tools and such things. Well, there's only so many of those I can show. How do I explain this? Some time back I owned a little concern in a industrial complex, and I'm going back 40, 45, 50 years maybe, and there was loads of little businesses, all little one-man bands. There was a printers, some bloke doing wood processing. There was a haulage firm, a small firm, one-man band. I knew he took some of our stuff abroad once and he changed the writing on the side of his trucks to international. Anyway, digress. But it was all little concerns, and we all helped one another, and you could go and knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so down the road." Introduce yourself, the kettle would go on, and you know, you asked what they wanted and what you was after, and you shared ideas, helped one another out. And that was the circles I moved in. It's just another world now. It just doesn't exist anymore. And if you're about 20 odd, you probably haven't got a clue what I'm on about. Nowadays you can't get past the receptionist. You know, it's risk assessment, health and safety. You can't even ring up a firm. You've got to push button 1, button 2. This. It's a totally different world today than it was. And I think some of you are picking up on this. Anyway, I'm waffling away. Anyway, just to fill this little video up. These things, what are they? Well, I invented these a long while ago. This is a long line, a fishing long line clip, and this part here is angled down, and it's the right consistency to drop on a line. And this you could put your finger through, and that was a length of line with a hook on. So it's for long lines, lots of them. And you let the line out, and you just put these on like pegs. As you let the line out, and when you brought it in, you just sort of pulled it off the line. And it didn't matter which way that the fish pulled, it always pulled the braided line into here. They were quite successful, and I sold several hundred thousands of those all over the shop. But it never actually took off. But I know it's my design, and I'm thinking of that. But really, it far beat the wire nasties that were currently available, that rust, pick up weed. These don't rot, very cheap. And going back to the days I was speaking about, I made a machine, I made my own dies, I made a machine. The whole thing was pumping these things out all automatically by itself. Pneumatic rods and things were moving all over the shop, and it looked a bit of a Heath Robinson arrangement, but it merrily chugged away all on its own, and it was a massive machine, taller than me. And we could do that sort of thing years ago. You can't today, you know. You'd have the health and safety people after you. As I say, we live in totally different times. I don't know how to put that across. Anyway, tools, simple tools. Oh, I can't put my hand on one at the moment, but, or can I? Diddly pom pom. No, scrapers. This is a scraper I made up. I've shown this before, but this is worth its weight in gold. Sorry about my dirty hands, guys. I've been using some Siskaflex today, and you can't get that off. It's a scraper. It's a simple scraper. It's just simply a screwdriver handle I've welded onto a piece of block of material that I put a slot in, and that's just a piece of broken industrial hacksaw blade, sharpened and held in by a couple of set screws there. But the advantage is you've got this knob on top, and you can push down and you can cut through. You can cut through really stubborn paintwork, varnish, glue. That's really a first-class job compared to a conventional 3/4 scraper. I have shown that before. I'm going to show it again because it's one of those things that you don't appreciate it until you've taken the trouble to make one. And you don't need plans for it, do you? Of course you don't. What did I pick up the other day? I picked up this. This is rather nice. This is, find the end, I think I paid £1 for it at a boot sale. It's an Italian, because I can't pronounce the name. It's an adjustable scaling up rule. You've got to scale along here, and you've got 5 divisions there. And when I turn this, the dial turns round and you've got 5 positions. So you can scale up works drawings to, well, it's ideal if you're model making and so forth. That's beautifully made. That is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a piece of engineering, a beautiful piece of engineering. Yes, it is focusing. Good. But absolutely superb. Whether it's as easy to use as the long leg dividers that cross like a pair of scissors, and by moving the pivot point you can adjust the ratio. I tend to prefer those, but I thought that was very interesting. I put it in there back to front, look. I think that was £1. I did a little bit with the boat the other day, and I just used a cheapo camera. It's this one, and you kindly donated some money and I bought myself a nice Nikon Coolpix, but that's too good to take on the boat. Anyway, I picked this little camera up. It's a Panasonic. What's the model number? NV DS65. Anyway, it was on a guy's stool, and nothing happened when I switched it on. There was no charger, no leads, no instructions, nothing, just that. So I said to him, "Have you got the various leads?" No, I don't know where they are. "Have you got the charger?" No. I says, "Is the battery, when was that last charge? Is it any good?" Don't know. So I was about to put the thing back, and he says, "Well, it's yours if you want it for a couple of quid." So I thought, well, yeah, that's worth a couple of quid, because I opened up that and I saw a memory card in there. So I thought, well, that's got, you know, it's got to be worth. Can't go wrong at a couple of quid, can you? I nearly dropped it there. So I picked it up. Anyway, this battery that's the normal size battery of my old camera, the one I'm using here where the screen's gone down. And this one is a different size, bigger capacity, but the end connections look the same. So, but it wouldn't go in the charger. And I haven't got the charger here, but I found out if I balanced it up on end, the light come on and it started charging. And after an hour the light went out, so I thought, oh well, it's taken a charge. And I put it in and this worked. I thought, oh, that's brilliant. I mean, it's not HD or anything, but it's a nice little camera, and it's quite pleased with it. Anyway, I took the shots with the going out on the boat. It's got a light. Quite good. And it takes a little DVD tapes, that one does, so I can swap backwards and forwards. So then I thought, well, how am I going to get the video out of this? And there's a little plug in there. And I thought, oh dear. So I looked on eBay, and I could get leads from Hong Kong for about 8 quid. I thought, well, that's 4 times the price of the camera. Anyway, a lot of messing around. I found a lead that would fit it. Put a couple of phonos on the end, or 3 phonos on the end, of course. And hey presto, we're up and running with that one. So that's good enough. I won't take the Coolpix on the boat. I mean, you can't get salt water spray on a quality. Anyway, I'm still finding out how to use the thing. It's quite complicated. But this is something I can, well, it doesn't matter. I can, for £2, you can't go wrong, can it? So I was pleased with that. What other buy did I get? Oh, I got this nice, this is an knurling tool. I'm sure you know that. Will it focus? Well, it might do. Anyway, it's a lathe, or whatever, knurling tool. And I kept threatening to make, well, I have got a single one I put in the tool post and just advance under pressure. But this is a better arrangement because it'll impart less strains on things. What have we got there? We've got a number. Oh, just a number, no name. It's commercially made, I think. Anyway, I'm quite pleased with that. I'll do a demo with that later on. Oh, pardon me a minute. Right, sorry about that. I got called away. Where was I? Different world. Yes, coming back to the circles I moved in many moons ago. One guy there did high pressure engineering, and when I say high pressure, wow, it would blow your mind. I wish I had a camera then, in them days. I could show you so much, so much. He used to do testing for Lloyd's, and he'd have numerous tubes that he'd put hundreds of thousands of psi pressure in using aviation fuel. And oh, this guy was a brilliant engineer, one of just a few. And the machines and things he had there and things he got up to. Well, if I'd had the camera there, well, I can say this for many things. I've seen a guy take a 2x2 bar, stick it in a forge, and after about 8 times going in and coming out, he'd produced a ram's head with curly horns and even an expression on the face. Absolute, just using a hammer. And then when he placed it down to an identical one because it was part of a dog grate he was making. I've seen a shipwright take a pencil from his ear, and it's no longer than that, and put it on the ground and stand on it with his foot and with an adze sharpen it, put it back on it behind his ear. And he wasn't showing off, that's just how he sharpened his pencil. How many people would know what an adze is today? As I said, it's a totally different world. And some of you asked, could I show restoration of tools and machinery? Well, at my time of life now, there's not really a lot of point. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. There's going to be skips arrive when I kick the bucket. Yes, I know there's a few of you that are interested in this sort of thing, but you're quite a minority nowadays. As I say, we live in totally different times. I don't know how to put that across, and I'm not getting melancholy. I'm not downhearted, because I'm not like that. I'm a happy chappy. But it is just different. It's gone. It's finished. It's no longer. The handshake doesn't mean anything much nowadays. It's a very dog-eat-dog, quick, grab, me, now type of world we live in. And, well, that's what I've found anyway. It's not for the better. Anyway, this is not where I wanted the video to go. So on that, I say cheers for this one, and pick up on other points you've made, and well, I'll keep waffling if you want them. Bye for now.